Greetings, Guardians. This is Olympus Alliance, and today we're going deep into one of the most important questions players ask us every single week: who should I spend my precious Rune Spheres on? It's a topic that keeps coming back because Rune Spheres are one of the rarest, slowest growing resources in the entire game, and choosing the wrong hero can delay your progress for months. So in this Olympus Alliance guide, we'll walk you through the logic, the priorities, the exceptions and the long-term strategies that experienced players use when deciding where to invest. By the end, you'll have a clear path based on your level, your roster, and your ambitions. Before we begin, it's important to acknowledge something openly: there is no universal answer. Every Guardian has a different set of heroes built, a different spending profile, a different stage of progression, and a different approach to the game. Free-to-play players, light spenders, and whales all face different realities. So instead of giving you a rigid list, we're giving you a structured system, one that adapts to your style while still guiding you toward the most efficient results. Consider this your personalized blueprint. We should also say very clearly, Rune Spheres are not a beginner topic. You cannot spend them at all until you reach level 120 and take your first hero's glyphs from level 0 to level 40. For many players that alone takes months. If you're still progressing toward your first glyph max, don't worry, focus on learning the basics, take your time, come back to this guide when you're ready, and everything we say here will make perfect sense. Now, let's get back to Rune Spheres themselves, because once you have them, they become one of the most powerful upgrade tools in the game. Normal glyphs cap at level 40. Rune Spheres allow you to break that limit and take heroes up to level 80, dramatically increasing their total stats. For some heroes, this push unlocks terrifying power spikes; for others, the gain is minor or even unnecessary. This is why prioritizing correctly matters. Let's begin with an easy rule: always spend Rune Spheres during Alliance of Forces. It's the only event that gives you back a large portion of your investment, and skipping it is simply losing value. Rune Spheres accumulate slowly, so timing your spending inside this event is essential. If you haven't seen yesterday's Olympus guide on Alliance of Forces, make sure to watch it. It explains exactly how to maximize your Rune Sphere returns. With timing settled, let's move to choosing heroes. The starting point is always the same: prioritize your damage dealers. The game mechanics reward aggression more than durability, and a highly glyphed damage dealer lets you punch far above your combat power in both arena and guild war. This is true regardless of whether you're free to play or a heavy spender. Damage changes battles, and boosting your carries early gives you immediate results. As a rule of thumb, early investments should take your primary damage dealers from glyph level 40 to around 65. That range costs about 14,000 Rune Spheres, which is a serious investment, so always test your hero after these upgrades. Many players discover that level 65 is already enough to achieve what they need: clearing specific lines, reaching certain arena positions, or increasing guild war consistency. If your damage dealer is performing as needed, you stop there and invest in your next hero instead of overspending. Another key part of early Rune Sphere progression is unlocking glyph classes. These classes, warrior, mage, tank, marksman, support, and control, grant powerful passive bonuses. You don't need to fully develop a hero to unlock their class; a single runic break costing 1000 Rune Spheres is enough. Once done, all heroes in that class benefit permanently. But a special warning: do not open the healer class early unless your guild is clearing every Hydra daily. The healer class dramatically affects Hydra damage cycles and can ruin entire strategies for guilds that are still progressing. As of December 2025, here are the best heroes for unlocking each class. Warrior, Kayla, Yasmin, or Oya. Mage, Folio, Iris, or Zesha. Marksman, Cascade, Lara Croft, or Dante. Support, Amira, Nebula, or Tempest. Control, Judge, Polaris, or Faceless. Tank, Julius, Astaroth, or Mushy. For many of these heroes, simply opening their class is enough. They do not necessarily require deep glyph investment to perform their role effectively. But some heroes absolutely thrive with additional glyphs beyond 65, and these are the ones we call the true Rune Sphere candidates, rare heroes who transform dramatically once empowered. Folio is at the top of that list. As of December 2025, he is the strongest and most influential hero in the game, dominating both meta teams and hybrid compositions. His kit combines massive burst damage with disruptive control, making him dangerous on both offense and defense. He uses every single glyph upgrade to full effect, and pushing him to max glyph level is never wasted. Kayla once ruled as the top damage dealer before Folio arrived. She remains extremely strong, reliable, and versatile. However, with Somna existing as her hard counter, many players now stock Kayla at glyph level 70 or 75 instead of maxing her fully. Even then, she remains a hero worthy of Rune Spheres. Yasmin continues to be the queen of RNG defense. Her dodge, creep chains, and unpredictable behavior make her one of the hardest heroes to attack reliably. She often fills the role of a tank in dodge-based defensive lines, meaning she requires extremely high glyph levels to survive long enough to counterattack. Her value comes from surviving the opening seconds, and glyphs are what make that happen. Iris, now empowered with her relic, appears in both attack and defense lines across the game. She is explosive, dangerous, and unforgiving. Her biggest weakness is that she must strike before she is struck. Extra glyph power helps her win these races, especially against heroes like Octavia who thrive on dodge and rapid engagements. Zesha also deserves deep glyph investment. She dominates not only PvP but also Hydra. Her sacrifices and massive burst output scale directly with magic attack, magic penetration, and health. Every glyph level makes her more threatening, more durable, and more effective for your team. Satori completes this group. Once laughed at and ignored, his rework turned him into a legitimate terror. Whether on offense or defense, Satori can wipe entire teams off the map. His mark mechanics scale beautifully with glyph upgrades, amplifying his power significantly. Other heroes can also benefit from high glyph levels, and if you have a question about a specific hero, ask in the comments, we will guide you as best as we can. Now, for the whales. This section is for the players aiming at Royal League dominance. The most effective high-spend glyph strategy for the past 6 months has been clear: push the mage class to the maximum. A max mage class grants an incredible amount of starting energy, more than 50%, giving mage teams an overwhelming opening tempo. It is one of the most powerful advantages in the entire game. But here is the catch: reaching this level requires maxing all 11 mages in the game with both Rune Spheres and Rune Stones. That is 495 total class levels. It is an enormous investment, completely out of reach for free-to-play or light spenders. The full mage list includes Kai, Heidi, Orion, Mojo, Lilith, Cornelius, Lars, Satori, Zesha, Iris, and Folio. Many of these are already among the strongest heroes in the game, but several, especially Kai and Lilith, see almost no action. Yet to unlock the full class, you must max them all. This is why we say this path is for whales only. So Guardians, as you can see, Rune Sphere spending is not random and cannot be rushed. Your choices should reflect your goals, your roster, your spending level, and your desired place in the Dominion. For most players, focus on your damage dealers, unlock your key classes, and push a handful of heroes beyond glyph 65 when they earn it. For the high rollers, pursue the max mage class path and enjoy the unmatched power it brings. Whatever your journey looks like, spend carefully, play strategically, and enjoy the climb. Until next time, stay tuned, stay sharp, and as always, salute and friendship.